In this video, we'll discuss the importance of establishing good communication patterns with your professor. In general, professors or instructors enjoy interacting with students both inside and outside of the classroom. In the classroom, they appreciate students who ask questions or ask to repeat something that was not clear. Asking questions in class takes a lot of courage and can be intimidating at first, but don't let that scare you. Chances are that your classmates, whether virtual or in person, might have the same questions. When talking to your professor, think about what you want to communicate. It might help if you classify your thoughts into these two broad categories. Category 1. Are you asking for clarification or feedback? Category 2. Perhaps you have a specific request or need an extension on a paper or assignment. More importantly, consider where and how you communicate with your professor. If your question is about a topic covered in class or reading assignment, consider asking for clarification in class. However, if the question is specific to your paper or you have a request, the classroom is not the ideal setting. In this case, you should communicate your need with your professor outside of the classroom. Office hours. Office hours can be virtual or in-person times that instructors reserve to meet with their students. These hours are typically listed in your syllabus or announced in class. If you find that you are not available during your professor's office hours, they can make other arrangements with you or meet with you immediately after class. Office hours should be used to ask for feedback, go over assignments, make a request, or to check in on how you're doing in the course. It's important to schedule appointments with your instructor at least one time during the semester to ensure that you are doing well. Many times you might not have the chance to meet with your professor in real time, whether in person or virtually. The next best option is to communicate via email. Emailing. Your instructor's email can be found in the course syllabus. Emails can be used to make requests or to share important or urgent messages. For example, if you know the day before class that you will be absent, send your instructor an email with a proper greeting and heading. We'll go over how to compose emails soon. If you need an extension or maybe have a question, you can send your professor an email. Drafting an email. Now, let's discuss sending a professional email to your professor. When you email your professor, make sure you put a subject line in the subject box. For example, the subject could be, "Running late, be there soon." Professional emails should have a clear introduction, body, and conclusion. Please note that your professor is not your friend and typically not a peer. Therefore, you must address them properly. When drafting an email, use full sentences and only use common abbreviations if you absolutely must abbreviate. The introduction should include the following: your full name, the course and section number, and a greeting. For example, "Dear Professor Unegbu, my name is Sarah Davis. I'm in your Sociology 31, Section 14 course." In the body of the email, you'll state the reasons or the why. For example, "I'm having some trouble completing the paper. I have 2 other assignments due at the same time, and I'd like to do my best. Would you mind giving me a 1-day extension to complete the paper?" Finally, you'll conclude by thanking them. For example, "Thank you for considering my request." The key is to communicate, whether you use office hours, brief in-class questions, or sending emails. You should always aim to establish good rapport and communication patterns with your professors. When you reach out, make sure you are clear on what you want to communicate and categorize them into 2 categories: clarification or feedback, and requests. You should contact your professor at least once during the semester to ensure that you are doing well in the class. Good luck!